Good evening, men. Welcome to the first day of the rest of your fucking life. It's been about it's been a little bit since the last time I posted a video. There's a train passing. But it's been a little bit since the last time I posted a video. And the last video was about me moving out at 18 and kind of what I was feeling about that. And it has been everything except what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a conglomeration of a whole bunch of new opportunities, but every day was a test. And I didn't pass every day. There was days where I would wake up with zero fucking motivation and give in to the same shit that I gave into before I moved out here that I promised myself I was done with. All of the systems that I set in place for myself have crumbled. My fitness goals that I've held myself to fell to the fucking floor. And I just sit here and think, what the fuck? Like, genuinely, as much as I want to sit here and be like, oh man, well, you know, it's a whole bunch of new stuff. Like, you have to get used to the everything, the routine that you're in so you can make a system surrounding, you know. No. Those are all fucking excuses. Genuinely. And the one standard that I have fell to that has never fell below the standard that I set is the standard of being honest with myself. Through this whole process, it felt shitty because I was still holding myself to the high standard that I have. Every night when I went to sleep without writing in my journal, I felt it. Every day when I woke up and did my day without doing my morning routine and going to the gym, I felt it. Because I have a very active job, walking around knocking on doors all fucking day long, getting them slammed in my face, having people tell me, you know, fuck off, you know, if you cross that line, I mean, we're in Texas, I'll shoot. All that bullshit does not compare to the pain that I feel in the back of my mind when I'm going through my day, knowing I'm leaving opportunity on the table. Opportunity for pain. Opportunity to wake up in the fucking morning before everybody else, like I've been doing, like I did for about fucking 2 months straight without failing. I just feel it. It's just like eating at me, like genuinely. Every day when I wake up and I don't do the same shit that I always do, I feel it all day long. And at the end of the day, I ask myself, fuck, what is changing? Why do I feel so unfulfilled? And I have the answer to my question because the answer is always more simple than you want it to be. You want it to be something complicated. You want the answer to your problems to be complicated, so you make an excuse why you're not solving the problems that you're having. But the answer is always the simplest fucking thing. And one day we came back from our day of work, and we just get together as a group. As we're riding back from the neighborhood that we were just in all day long. And I was just reflecting. And Clay goes, well, fuck. The fuck are you going to do about it? So you sit there and you know what's wrong. Well, what the fuck are you going to do about it? And I said, shit, man. There's nothing to it but to do it. And as corny as that fucking sounds, I don't give a fuck. Because it means something to me. Not just because I said it, but because I feel it. There is nothing to it but to do it. Because like I've been saying for almost a year now, you already know what to do. You just aren't doing it. Because that little bitch voice in your head gets louder and louder the closer you get to crossing the new boundary. That bitch voice in your head gets louder and louder every time you get close to crossing that milestone. That bitch voice is louder and louder when you're trying to wake up in the morning and you're tired. That bitch voice is louder and louder every time you're about to fucking have that moment when it all makes sense. It gets louder and louder and louder and louder. The farther you go, it's not going to get quieter. You're not going to have less of a voice in your head telling you, bro, just press snooze. You worked out super hard, man. Just lock in, bro. It's good. That bitch voice isn't going to get any quieter when you're making as much money as you know you can be, and you're saying, you know what? I'm locking in as much as I should be. I mean, it's cool. Like, I made whatever. I made like $5,000 this week. That's awesome, bro. That's cool. Like, I can not go to the gym as long as I'm locking in. It's only 4 months. 4 months no gym, cool. But it's not about what you're doing. It's about who you are. Are you the type of person that keeps the promises you made to yourself? Are you the type of person to follow up with a contract that you signed and dated? Are you that type of person? Because how you do anything is how you do everything. So what? I go to the gym, I stay consistent, and I start something new. So I say, fuck it. Okay. So I'm doing my job, and I'm doing good. I'm making all the money. I'm meeting all the friends. I'm deep in my faith. And what? I find perfection and success, and I feel fulfilled, and I say, fuck it. Move on to the next thing. I don't need that anymore. Fuck no. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. You're supposed to build and build and build and build and build and build. It's like a fucking sandcastle, right? You're building the sandcastle. You gotta pack the sand down, and even though you put you flip it over and it's sitting there, when you put the next level, you still gotta make sure the bottom one doesn't crumble, or else the whole thing is gonna fall down. You just gotta loop back, and fill in the cracks. Loop back and fill in the cracks. And it gets easier and easier and easier as you go to fill in the cracks. But you still have to do it. You can't say, oh, I already packed the sand down. I already flipped the bucket, so I'm good, bro. The sandcastle looks good. I mean, it's there. My sandcastle looks better than his sandcastle. But it's not about the comparison of what you're doing versus someone else. It's about knowing that you're on top of your shit. It's about knowing that even when you fall to the level of your standards, you're still doing better than other people. Because at the end of the day, you shouldn't be comparing yourself to other people. You should be comparing yourself to the person that you know you can be. That is why very successful people stay very successful people. That is why the people at the top of the leaderboard stay at the top of the leaderboard no matter what they're doing, because they're holding themselves to a different standard than everybody else. In sales, right? There's always a leaderboard, and first place is 90% of the time a lot fucking more further ahead than the person in second place. And it's not because they're so much greater or they're such a better person or because they're any better at their job. It is just because they hold themselves to a higher standard. And they don't leave effort on the table. When they go to sleep at night, they know they did their all. And when they go to sleep at night and they didn't do their all, they know they didn't do their all. Because you're not going to perform at 110% capacity effort every single fucking day. You are not a robot. You should strive for perfection, but perfection is an idea. Perfection is a goal. Perfection is something you strive for. It's not something you achieve. It's like saying, I want to be successful. There's no such thing as success. There's no defined version of, oh, when I have this amount of money, when I have this amount of dollars in my bank account, I will be successful. There's no amount of, when I have this many hoes, when I have this many bitches, I'm going to be successful. There is no amount of, well, when I travel to this many countries, that's when I reach success. Success is an idea. Perfection is an idea. It is something you strive for because you'll know you'll never reach it. And that's what makes it worth it. Because if it was easy to get somewhere, it wouldn't be worth going. That's why people eat at fucking Steak 48 and not McDonald's. That's why the girls want to go to a nice steakhouse and not McDonald's, because there's a McDonald's around every fucking corner. Nobody wants something that's everywhere. The success only feels good because it was hard to fucking get there. And the light went off. And it's probably bedtime. It's enough yapping. This is one of those one-to-one talks. You know, at the end of the day, I make these videos to look back on and understand where I was at. This is a mental journal. And one day somebody will come across this and understand the value that these videos hold. Because there's probably somebody watching this video right now. Actually, I know for a fact there's somebody watching this video right now, and you're like, fuck, man, I feel exactly like that. Fuck, man, I'm in that exact position. I just started a new job, and I'm comparing myself to the top guy, not because I'm striving to be the best, but just because I'm striving to be the best version of myself. Not because I'm striving to be better than everybody else, but because I'm trying to be better than myself. I'm comparing myself to other people, not because I'm fucking like trying to outperform anyone, but because I know I can do better. I'm not comparing myself to anybody else. I'm comparing myself to what I know I can do. And I know I can do it because I wrote it down on a piece of paper, closed my eyes, and prayed and meditated and visualized myself doing it. That is how I know I can do it. Even if it has never been done before, if I do it in my head, it is possible in my reality. Because I create the things that are around me. It's been a week, and I did not perform at the level that I know I could have because of multiple factors, but the leading one is myself. And I don't say this to pity myself. I say this to get really fucking real and understand the fact that nobody's gonna hold me accountable to the level that I know I can perform at, because nobody knows what I'm capable of. Genuinely. Nobody knows what I am capable of until I show them. So next time you're wondering why people are laughing at your achievements and comparing themselves to you to feel better about themselves, just think about the fact that people only know what you show them. So make a fucking statement. And stop being a little bitch.